Jujitsu, when I hit you, then I split you.
Yeah, so what I was saying, this was one of my first jobs out of college. And they would do like lunch specials in the cafeteria. So I was saying, so whatever what culture they were celebrating that month. So, you know, like there's Black History Month and then there's Women's History Month. So I remember
there's Women's History Month?
If there is.
Is there?
There is, man.
Sorry, I'm not cultured.
So I think like 2 or 3 years ago, this is back when I was in the city. No, so it was very long ago. That was probably 5-6 years ago. I was working, and yeah, one of my buddies called me. He was just like, "Hey, man, it's like if you ever get a chance, like go see what they posted on the website for like the meal of the week, and it's during Black History Month
at the cafeteria."
Yeah, so I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "What do they got?" And then I'm thinking like. And usually it's something.
You guys got to see Drew's face right now.
And I remember like walking down and like checking, and it was fucking chicken and waffles. And I was like, "Oh, come on, man!" I'm like, "Really?" And
chicken waffles.
The thing is,
the grape drink.
Yeah, like I'm like, and it's actually someone had actually asked me. They're like, "Is chicken and waffles like?"
Racist,
a part of like black culture. And the first thing I thought back in my mind, like, all right, who wouldn't like chicken and waffles?
Fucking chicken waffles are delicious.
Yeah, but it goes back if you were to just Google chicken and waffles and go back to if anyone just Googled it, it actually originated in France.
Chicken and waffles?
It was actually a French dish, like mixing chicken with like some type of like breakfast food.
Oh, well, there is a lot of black folk in France.
Well, yeah. So when they said like
a lot of people from the Congo end up migrating to France.
Yeah.
Or something. Is that where like Francis Ngannou came from and a couple of the other guys? Oh, yeah. They ended up in France or something, right?
Yeah. Well, you have a lot of soccer players too that came over.
The whole France soccer team's black.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying to think of an argument too. There was like an argument where someone tried to argue one of the star players. He's black, and they're like, "Oh, you're not French." He's kind of like, "Why?
You're
like,
not French."
Yeah.
Oh, I remember seeing that a couple years ago.
And he's like, "I'm a French citizen."
Yeah,
he's like, granted, I'm from Africa.
Yeah.
He's like, but he's like,
but I am French.
Yeah. He's like, if you see like my paper.
Well, that kind of comes back to like American. Like everybody's like, "Oh, you're not like you live in America. You're an American."
Yeah.
Don't matter if you're black, white, whatever. You're American.
Yeah.
As long as you act like one and not some pussy ass beta bitch. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. So I
act like an American, not one of them sissy ones.
Yeah. So that's the same thing. It's like just I wish like we had like a picture of like everyone.
Fried chicken though, like that's a southern thing too, though.
Yeah, it's from down south, man.
Both my grandparents are from the South, and like
a lot of that stuff,
Kentucky, Texas area, all that stuff. Like that's fried chicken, grits, all that stuff, bro. Greens,
grits, man.
Yeah,
dude, I remember growing up.
That's Southern shit.
Yeah, I remember
that ain't only black people shit.
Yeah, I remember growing up, like my dad, like for breakfast, he had like one of those old like kettles.
Yeah.
And he would make like grits from that, and he was always up at like he worked in sales. He's always up at like 5 a.m. on the dot. So it was either grits or it was cream of wheat.
Yeah,
like that. And I remember he used to make a big pot of it, and he used to always like drop like all types of stuff in there. So
is that where you got your oatmeal addiction from?
Yeah.
It is,
I'm addicted. Like oatmeal, cream of wheat, like grits.
Yeah.
If I go to a restaurant and like they have grits on the menu, like I'm gonna get it. Like But he used to make this big thing of it, and like our kitchen was like 2 floors down, and you could like smell it
coming up.
Smell it like cooking it. But he'd like every once in a while he'd put like a whole stick of butter in there.
Wow, anything that like people from the South cook is not healthy for you whatsoever, but it's delicious.
It's so good. Like a stick of butter, like block of fucking cheese,
which I never get because like think about it, like you wouldn't just pick up a stick of butter and eat it. You'd be like, yo, I'm gonna throw my sister under the bus right now.
Yeah.
So when she was a baby, I remember like waking up in the morning and like she'd be like on the counter in her diaper, handfuls of sugar out of the sugar jar, and a stick of butter squeezed between her fingers in the other hand, just eating that. Yep. Good job, Brooke. Well played.
Yeah,
that's good for your cholesterol, kid.
Yeah. Well, even last night, like we got like these homemade or these kits where you make your own pizzas, like little 12-inch ones, and I try to get fancy. Like it comes with the sauce, and I bought like the cheese, but then I got like a big tub like the ricotta cheese. So I'm like, I'll put that on there. So I'm like showing like Naya how to like make it. I'm showing her how to like spread the sauce and spread the cheese, and then I have the big tub of ricotta. So I'm like dropping like globs of it on the pizza, and you know, I turned around for like a second just so you grab like a washcloth. Yeah. I turn around like
elbow deep,
elbow deep, taking handfuls of ricotta, like just eating it. But then the same thing, like I'm that guy with like a spoon like eating like it's yogurt, like you know, like so I'm like, all right, man, I really can't get that mad at you though. So.
No, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
She's just living her best life. That's all that matters. I just can't get over that you said 12 inches was little. I really feel bad now.
Fuck ass. You mean it's not average?
Yeah, that's not average. Oh man.
Yeah. Shit.
We are at way different ends of the spectrum, sir.
What was I talking about originally? But like culture, like going back to America.
Culture, 12 inches.
But yeah, the average size in our culture is 12 inches.
Yeah. Wakanda forever.
But even like kind of going back to like, you know, different cultures or whatnot, like if you took a picture today like on the mat, like it was any two people on, and like if you look at even like your whole student roster, any two people the same?
No. That's why I always say, like, I don't know. We it's like the United Nations. Every time you roll, like we have like all walks of life, all different ages, all different, you know, nationalities, religions, everything. Like, you know, today, like just between us, we got Christians, we got Catholics, we got Jews, we got this, you know, we got black, we got Spanish, we got Greek, we got, you know, like Cuban, whatever. Like literally every single one of those walks of life was on the mat. And when we're on the mat, well, you know,
I know
you have that brotherhood. It's such a different thing.
It's
but
so crazy.
The thing is we can bust each other's balls about our culture. Like stereotypes exist because they're fucking true. They are.
Yeah, you think about it when you look about when you like listen to like any comedians. There's like some aspect of it like that's true.
It is like but you have to. I don't know. Like there's obviously there's a right way and wrong way, but like you're not trying to come off and be malicious, but like, you know, I bust your balls, you bust my balls. Like that's just like, I don't know. That's like brother stuff. God.
I'm so happy you said,
you know what I'm saying?
Like stereotypes, because that just reminded me of another story. My first job ever was at like a ShopRite.
Oh, I was gonna say KFC. What?
yeah. So
we're on fried chicken. I get sidetracked. Sorry.
We're on fried chicken and waffles and grits and cream of wheat. Like, so I was a cashier on the first jobs, and I remember somebody had like, you know, somebody came through my line and they had like, you know, vegetables and cans and all these different things. So one of these items comes up and doesn't have a tag on it. So it's this bag of like greens, essentially. Like there's like a green vegetable in there, which I didn't know at the time. So I'm like, oh, there's no tag on this. I'm like, ma'am, you know, can you tell me what this is? Because I have like a little book by my register. I could pull it up and pull the number. And she's like, oh, honey, I think you know what that is.
Oh shit!
And I was like,
oh shit!
And I was like, what?
What?
I'm like, she's got to be fucking with me. She's got to be. I'm like, no. I'm like, no.
I'm Haitian.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I was like, I kept asking her. She wouldn't like tell me. I'm like, ma'am, I have no idea. And I had like a line of people. It's on like a Sunday after church.
Oh, that's so funny.
And she's like, it's collard greens.
Oh shit!
And I remember there was like a white guy right behind her.
Did he start laughing?
He gave me the look like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. He was like, holy he was like literally looking through like a circular. He looked up like, and looked down and like shook his head like, oh my god.
I can't believe you just said that.
And she was just like, yeah. I was like, oh. And I tried to like play dumb. Like I was like, oh, like I knew that. And I'm like, fucking bitch.
That's funny though. Oh, honey, you know what that is.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. So I rang it up, but I remember like later going home, like telling my mom the story. And
what'd she say? She's like, we're fucking Haitian. We don't eat collard greens.
That was the thing. She's like, we don't. She's like, I don't really cook with a lot of greens, especially not collard greens.
I know.
She's like, I don't really use them that much because she's like, they really don't have much flavor. So
and
it's like
they're bitter. And
She's like, you
have to cook them right.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, honey, I've never really cooked with greens that much because I really don't have anything I could put them in. So I'm like, okay. And she's like,
so is your mom and your dad Haitian?
Yes.
So they're both from Haiti.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
so it's that island food.
Yeah. So it's just one of the things that they just, you know, everything else. But like there's like my mom made like, you know, she made like oxtails and all different types of meat, every single type of rice she could think of. She made like fried plantains.
Basically you're Dominican.
If you look at it, like that's the same thing. Like, you know,
cross that imaginary
line. like anytime like someone says like a roast con pollo, I'm just like, yeah, I eat that too. Though.
Yeah,
like you know, it's
you're just on the French side.
Yeah,
can't cross that imaginary line through the jungle.
Yeah,
through the rainforest. You know.
And I was just like, she's like, I never cooked it, but I was just like, holy fuck. I remember telling her a story, and she's like, she really said that to you, and I was just like, oh.
You know what? This is a great Black History Month podcast.
yeah. This is the shit that I dealt with in the past, but I mean, yeah, it's so interesting. I can look back. I mean, even at the time I laughed at it, I'm like, really?
Oh, it's fucking funny, Drew.
Yeah,
it's fucking funny.
I remember telling that, and like even telling my boss right after it happened.
Yeah,
like, you wouldn't believe what just happened. She was just like, God.
Well, my boss like, because at this time though, do you think like she was like maliciously, or she like, because dude, I'm not gonna lie, that's something I say. Maybe like, you know what that is?
Yeah. There's part of me. There's back then, part of me was like, oh, she's either being malicious, or she's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
She didn't realize she just wasn't culturally sensitive enough to be like, you know,
culturally sensitive.
Yeah.
Am I culturally sensitive, Drew?
No.
No. You don't think so?
No, I mean, like I said, we bust each other's balls.
Yeah.
But, like you and you've never.
No.
I feel like you've never said anything to me where I'm like, he was maliciously trying to attack
No, because we're friends.
Yeah,
and that's what we do. You're supposed to, like, dude. Listen, you have to, like, especially. I mean, from a guy's perspective, like, if you make fun of somebody so bad, that means you really like you guys are boys.
Yeah,
like that's your job, is to rip each other apart. Like, you know, like doing stupid shit, whatever. But like, I think that's I don't know. That's part of the camaraderie. But you know, I mean, that's like.
But that's also too.
But it's like your brother. You can be so mean to your brother, but nobody else can be mean to him.
I hate to say it, and I hate to pick up, but I think it's also too a little bit of our generation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like back, you know, now based on where like that's you went in there with those digs, but now I hate to say it, like some people are kind of soft, so you start to bring that stuff up. I mean, I guess sometimes. Based on how you phrase it, if it's someone like you didn't know, if I just met you today, and you said something like you know, you brought something up, like who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah,
like,
that's all right.
You know, but I've
know who I am. I'm here.
Yeah, I think it's like part of the generation too. Cause I don't see it that much with this generation.
I think that's something that I think everybody needs to work on, though. Is you know, obviously being sensitive to certain things, but at the same time, like, don't be oversensitive. Like. You have to have those things, like you have to be able to bust each other's balls, like when you got to be able to not take life so seriously on certain times, especially now when like everything's so crazy and everybody's butthurt over everything so quick. Like you got to be able to just roll with it sometimes, you know, and roll with the punches, and you know, as long as you're not breaking anybody's heart or putting them down or whatever. But like I will say some off-colored shit to you, and I don't give a fuck. Because why? Because we're boys, like, and I expect it back.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
Yeah.
Because that's fun. You know, we're verbal sparring, bro.
Verbal sparring.
That's what it is. It's verbal sparring.
After the physical sparring.
But that's the whole thing. Like, even in a self-defense aspect, if we bring it back to training, like, if your verbal sparring is very good, you don't even have to get into a physical altercation. So if you could talk somebody out of it, if you can, talk your way out of a sticky situation, that's why I think, like, that verbal sparring or wittiness or, like, that's like, even though it just comes naturally, if you meet my father, you'd be like, oh, I get it. Yeah. I understand. But, like, that's why I do it with my guys too, because when you're quick on the ball and you're being able to talk to each other and you're being able to come up and make split, it's like training. Like, oh, I got to transfer from arm lock to side control to this to that. It's like, okay, this situation is presented. I got to talk this guy off of this ledge and come back in and circle back and all that other stuff. You like how I added that circle back in there? All right.
Yep.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the verbal sparring is just as important as the physical sparring.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you look at, especially when I was living in the city and like training at Henzo's, like there's guys out there who are like professional fighters, and like they go out in the city and they hang out.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys, when I ask them about situations like, oh, what happens when someone tries to confront you when they know who you are, or like God forbid you're wearing like one of your school shirts or whatnot.
Because there's always that asshole.
Yeah, there's always someone. It's happened to me plenty of times. Like, that's why I never wear like a Henzo Gracie shirt or anything out there. And a lot of these guys, they say the same thing. They're like, dude, I will do as much as I can to talk someone down because it's like the last thing.
Well, because this is the other thing too. Like, we know what we're capable of.
Yeah.
And it's not like even everybody's a super tough guy. And I'm not saying that. It's just like I know that like 90% of the human population isn't prepared for what I'm going to bring to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like especially like a level of violence that we're comfortable with that most people have never experienced in their life, and we do it for fun. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, you actually pay for this?
yeah, you know what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
Like, people don't get it. Like, you know, everybody, and it's tough because like, yeah, like bringing it back to wearing like, you know, one of your school shirts or I mean, like I wear my stuff all the time,
Yeah.
but you know, everybody in my area knows who I, you know, like knows who I am, so nobody really busts my balls that bad.
It's
you know,
funny, even though it's like 90% of my closet, and like anytime I wear like a Roll Junkie t-shirt, there's always someone who asks like a question.
yeah, they're like, I wrestled in 3rd grade.
And you're like, nice.
Yeah, sweet,
Yeah,
thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Was 6-time state champ at Pee Wee.
Yeah.
You know, like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I know. I get it. Did you train anymore? No. I'm like, I couldn't tell. You haven't seen your dick in 10 years. Cool. Yeah.
You know, I've actually had people like ask me. You always see like the UFC fighters do it when they're like signing autographs. Like, oh, can you put my buddy in a chokehold?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. I'm gonna finish this Yingling and then
Yeah, and then I'm out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home. It's like, oh, come on, man, just do it. I'm just like, no, man. It's like, listen, you really want to get choked out that bad?
Come train.
Here's an address.
Come train.
Come in, sign some paperwork.
Yeah.
And then we'll do it all day.
Come train.
But
Come train.
yeah, it's interesting.
I know. Well, I don't know. I think I'm from a firm belief if you have to tell me how tough you are, you're not tough.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like, because most of the guys that I know that are absolute killers, like, I mean, there's a difference between us talking shit to each other where I'm like, I will beat your fucking ass, Drew. Like, you know, like, there's a difference of, like, me and you bantering and talking shit. Then, like, you go out and the guy's like, oh, I did, 14 karate classes in 86. You know, I've been in 25. I've been in 25 street fights, like, what's that? Knock around guys? 500. Vin Diesel, 500 street fights till your skin's like leather.
Yeah.
Till you really know you're a tough. Then I saw that the whole skit, like, but like that's how some people are. But I don't know. I think it's because we get it out every day. We don't act like that.
It's the healthy outlet.
Like we get to wrestle. We get to do that stuff like every day.
We'd be martial arts or
Get to
CrossFit
spar.
or anything, like some type of healthy outlet. You're just that much.
Yo, walk that back. What'd you say? Martial arts or what?
Martial arts or CrossFit or working.
Okay, walk that back again. What you say? Just kidding. CrossFit is very healthy, but
say
it has
what you
nothing
said.
to do with what we're talking about.
No.
Because I get those guys all the time. They come in like flossing up. They're like, oh, I do kip ups.
Yeah, which to
kip
me,
up my triangle.
Yeah,
You know?
For me, that's the wrong way to do a pull up when they do like those butterfly pull ups or whatever they call them. And they're like,
I don't know what
they're
they
using
do.
their
It
legs,
looks
man.
like they're gonna fucking pull their backs out of the sockets.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to
Yeah,
me.
and
Shoulders falling
half
out.
the time you see those guys are all taped up to shit and everything. And
Listen, like if that's your thing, good for you.
Yeah.
I,
I mean,
like
don't
to
get
do
me wrong.
man shit. I don't know what to tell you.
I like
Just kidding.
I like to hurt my
I
friends.
have lots
for
of
fun.
friends that CrossFit. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think it's good. I think I'm a definite pro about CrossFit. I think it is it made like Olympic lifting fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it's interesting.
Or like more of the norm, I guess.
I'll be honest. I like watching like those competitions. Like you watch like those strongman competitions. And
Yeah,
all those
strongman,
things.
cool. CrossFit competitions, definitely don't watch.
Yeah, I watched a couple.
I'm sure
But
you have.
but I'd much rather watch a guy named Magnus try to bench press a Volkswagen.
Yes, that's cool.
Like that to me is awesome. Or that dude from Game of Thrones, The Mountain.
Yeah, dude, he's the world's strongest man.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
you're deadlifting 1,000 pounds. Like
And rather than like Cody sponsored by Reebok out in Laguna doing
everyone's
CrossFit.
everyone's sponsored by Reebok, man. Yeah, I saw one documentary on like the strongmen on like what they eat a day.
Dude, insane.
It's like a week's worth of my food for their day.
I saw. Well, speaking of the mountain, I saw like they like do a day in a life of like what I eat. They do these like little things. Like I've seen them do it with like Eddie Hall. You know who Eddie Hall is?
Yeah.
Eddie the Beast Hall. Then they did one with the mountain. They did one with Arnold, but the mountain, like it was like he's like, I wake up and I eat about 4,000 calories, and then I go walk for 10 minutes, and then I get on the treadmill, and then I go to sleep, and then I eat again, and then like I have to walk to help me digest because I'm eating so much food. So like he literally, his day consists of waking up, eating, and moving his body around enough that he keeps the weight on, but it digests his food because he's like, even as big and as huge as he is, he's like, it is hard for me to eat this many calories a day.
that's like sumo wrestlers. They do the same thing. Their day is eating and sleeping.
Eating, sleep, train.
Yeah.
Eating, sleep, train.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm just
Well, they're all sloppy and shit. though.
oh yeah.
Dude, some of those guys, like, I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to be 600 pounds and wear a diaper and,
Yeah.
and like a diaper thong. Like, That's some gross man ass, bro.
Yeah. You're wearing that big ass man thong and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm okay.
And you know they're heavy, so they sweat a lot, so they smell.
I'm okay with the eating and sleeping, but yeah, I can't. That's it. I kind of draw the line at diaper fighting.
Diaper fighting?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that Polish, the Polish dude? That he was jacked, but he was a sumo fighter and he was like a judo guy, and he would just toss like these huge yokozunos. Yokozuna, I think that means grand champion. If you guys aren't familiar,
Wasn't Yokozuna he was in like
he was a wrestler?
Yeah,
but Yokozuna is the name that they give the grand champion of sumo wrestling. So
really?
So if like you're like the big swinging dick of sumo wrestling, your title is Yokozuna, like basically like sensei or something else. So Yokozuna is the grand champion. Like they win like all the tournaments or they win a title to be the grand champion. It's like a Mr. Olympia, I guess, or like something like that.
I'm trying to think of one of those. It was one of those jujitsu. I don't know if it was fight to win. It might have been. What's the other one? It might have been Submission Underground. But he's a UFC fighter. But he did a sumo match.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I gotta look it up.
Google.
It was one of those like,
Magic Think Box. Do all your crazy listening and listen to what we're saying and pull it up on Drew's Facebook. Thank you.
I'm trying to think of it. I gotta remember his name, but it was a sumo match. But even when you watch those sumo matches, like they're pretty intense, man.
Well, dude, it's like you got to think about it. These guys are 400, 500, 600 pounds. That's like two Volkswagens running into each other head first.
Yeah,
think about it. It really is. That's like the weight of like two mini bugs.
I remember seeing.
Just think about when you have two guys that are 250 grappled on the mat next year. That's 500 pounds, right? It's like a quarter ton of man just slapping around.
That's when I get up and like our partner, I'm like, let's just go to the other side of the building.
That's what I do. I don't need no big people crushing me. I'm little.
But then I remember the episode of Jackass where Johnny Knoxville like did like a sumo fight, and Johnny Knoxville was like 100 like 50 pounds.
Yeah, soaking wet with rocks in his pockets.
Yeah, and I was just like, nah, I would never.
No.
I think I'm pretty solid, but I still wouldn't take a.
I saw one where 2 Chainz and Jerry Rice did the sumo wrestling. Did you see that?
Yep, I did. Yep.
Jerry Rice is like, I came out of my stance. I hit him like I would have hit a defensive back. That guy did not go anywhere.
I'm trying to think of what's his name. It's here. It's Anthony something.
What you got?
I'm looking it up now. It was an MMA fighter versus sumo guy. It was a sumo match, though.
Was it?
Yeah, you see
Who
that?
is it? He's a big sumo guy.
Yep.
Who is it?
What's the guy's name?
Oh, he just picked up that dude and he walked him out.
I'm trying to think.
Like, look at his titties. That guy's at least a double D, bro. That's at least a double D with a man thong.
What is this?
Tall black guy? What is this? There's a lot of tall black
his
guys,
name?
Drew.
Oh, you know who he is. Anthony.
Well, I gotta see. Rumble Johnson?
Anthony Rumble Johnson. That's who it is.
Oh, good for him. Look at him. Oh, dude, he's jacked. Oh, he's running him. Oh, sumo. Oh, big man. Oh, he took him out. Almost. Oh, he fell on him. He just fell on him.
You follow me once, and that's it. I'm done. What was he? 180? He wasn't 180.
There's no way. All right, you guys look that up. Tell them where to find
Anthony
it.
Rumble Johnson on YouTube. Anthony Rumble Johnson.
We're working on getting some new audio visual equipment, so this way we'll be able to start posting the links for some of the stuff we're talking about on our YouTube videos.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
I mean,
but that's cool. Like, that's like trying your art, like, think about it. Hickson, he did, like, judo, sambo, wrestling.
They did a
like,
little bit of everything.
Yeah, well, they tested tested it in all arts, all styles.
That was like the Gracie Challenge, where he just walked around to, like, every type of gym, and he challenged he's like, who's your baddest guy here? And he challenged him.
You know what they would call that nowadays? A douche. Think about it, though. Like,
but you always see those.
No, but just think about it. Like, what they did back then was pretty douchey.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it needed to be done at the time, like, especially with, like, all the shit going on. But think about it. Like, some dude walks in here right now, and he's like, I want to fight your sensei. You'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. But back then, you think about it, like, doing that and then also, like, jumping into UFC, it was like the ultimate, like, marketing campaign for, like, jiu-jitsu.
Absolutely. No. It wasn't by accident, guys. Nothing's by accident.
Yeah. So, but then you always see those videos, like, those guys, like, walking the gyms, and it's like a bodybuilder walks to a jiu-jitsu gym. And he's like, I want to challenge your best person here. And they throw him, like, the 140-pound purple belt girl.
Yeah.
And she chokes him out.
Murks them.
She just murks him, like, horribly, which I think is awesome.
That's how it should be.
Yeah. So things like that. I remember there was a series where this guy would go to gyms. He would go to boxing gyms. And, or no, he would just go to gyms in general, and he'd have, like, a pair of boxing gloves in his bag.
Oh, fucking Charlie, whatever, that white kid.
Yeah.
Douchebag.
He put gloves on.
And then he just starts slugging people.
Yeah, and people were like, why are you giving me gloves? And he's like, no, just put them on. And the person would be like, okay. And then they put the gloves on, and he just start teeing off on him. The person's like, whoa, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? But then I saw a video.
Did you see him fight that 16-year-old black kid in the ring? And that kid beat the fuck out of him.
Wasn't that like one of wasn't that Floyd Mayweather's gym or something?
No. It was a little gym somewhere, and the kid was like 16 or 17, and he boxed. He was a big boy,
dude.
And he he was an MMA fighter too, so because he ended up like choking him because he was running out. But yeah, because he like claims that he was like 200-0 undefeated. I'm like, you're just handing like fat overweight dudes in like curves, some gloves, and then hitting them, knocking them out, and saying like, I don't know, that's assault. I think.
Well, I was thinking,
that's technically assault.
What he was doing, to someone just beat the shit out of him. But then I remember they did it in the ring, and remember like the kid knocked him out of the ring and just kept chasing him around the gym. Well, that's
because he kept jumping out of the ring once he was tired, and he didn't knock this kid out right away. Because I mean, he throws a heavy right hand, so if he hits you, he's gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
But he just was like running from him, then ran out. Then the kid finally chased him out the ring and just like held him down, and beat the crap out of him. Which he got everything he deserved for that.
He pretty much deserved that child.
Well, that's what happens, bro. That's what happens. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Oh, man. Yeah. Speaking of children, there's this video someone sent me on Monday. What is it? It's a mom. I think it's in Texas.
Okay.
So she caught.
Oh, was that chick that like tackled that dude?
She caught that guy peeping in the window of his daughter, so she chased him down and tackles him.
She had good form.
But did you see the video when they interviewed the sheriff or no, the sergeant of the police of the precincts where they that reported to the scene? No. So they go
like, she's the roller derby champion of Texas.
So they asked them, they're like, how do you feel about like someone, like typical reporters, like how do you feel about someone like taking the law into their own hands and like what doing this? And the first
this is the problem. Joe. This is the problem.
And the first thing he said, like, I shit you not, he was just like, he's like, listen, he's like, I saw the video. He's like, so it was definitely a solid tackle. Yeah, it was really good. He was like, good for him. He's like great, fantastic form. Like took him down, like held him, controlled him. Yeah, she did really great work. He's like, I would hire her if I could, and like things like that. I was like, I love how he immediately acknowledges like her form in the tackle, doesn't say anything else.
Well, dude, if it's Texas, that's football country, bro. So they're just like, nice form.
Yeah, he was flat out like, he was just
helmet
like, no.
in the numbers. I like it.
He's like, listen, he's like, good tackle. He got him down, controlled him. Stop the perp. He's like all good.
But that's the problem. A mother defending their kids against a peeping Tom, and the first question out of the reporter's fucking mouth is, how do you feel about people taking the law into their own hands? Yeah. This is what's wrong, Drew.
Yeah.
How do you feel about a mother defending her cubs?
Yeah.
How do I feel it? Because I feel like she should have head stomped them after that. I do not provoke violence unless it's initiated. Sorry.
I don't know. You feel like most people would do something like that. Dude, when it comes to their kids.
It's one of those things. Like even like it's like, oh, somebody breaks into your house, you're supposed to ask them to leave nicely when they have a gun to your face.
Well,
not how. Yeah.
I think about it too. Like, because I'm pretty sure it was Texas, and like everyone's just like, oh, she tackled him. I'm like, well, dude, it's like if it was Texas, like the guy should be lucky. That's all that he got. It was like tackle.
I mean, definitely. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I've been like,
hey, listen, you're doing gross little kid shit. Like a green light.
Yeah,
green light. You're green lighted in my book. I don't care.
Immediately.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll take the L. I'll sit in prison if you're fucking with my kids. I don't care. I'll take the L.
It's so
is what it is.
I was just like, damn.
It's gonna make sure you lose worse.
That's it, man. People aren't fucking around nowadays, man. I even saw a video like these assholes will steal like packages and stuff.
Oh, I know. I was watching some video shit about that.
It was a blizzard. It might have been down south too.
But I saw the black guy with dreads, and then the guy came out with the AR-15, and he's like, "Yo, brother!" And he like walks up to him, and he's just like, "I was like, oh shit!"
Yeah, because you saw him get and like
you done stole the wrong package, son.
Yeah, like and you saw like he was like an old dude. Like he hobbled out.
He didn't get he looked like he hobbled, but then he was like he had like his yellow like shooting glasses on with his hat on.
Yeah, and he was like. He's like, I saw you come around the corner, man. I saw you, and I was just like, damn. The kid was just like, oh, I don't want any problems. And it's funny because the car that dropped the kid off,
took off.
It was gone.
Yeah,
it was gone. I was like,
well, I ain't sitting around for an AR.
Yeah,
yep.
And everyone like, it's funny looking at the comments. Everyone's like, oh, the sweet sound of like an AR like cocking.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
you hear that rack?
I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's enough to make you poop your pants. Well, that's like the classic shotgun sound, like.
Yeah.
You hear that? You're like, that's a shotgun.
Yeah.
That's not. I don't want that pointed at me.
Something I don't want a part of, man.
Yeah, no. That nice, like metally, like cluck cluck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Beautiful sound.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful sound.
Fuck around with that, man.
Yep. Like, well, they're trying to take our guns right now too. If you haven't seen all that coming out.
Nah. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
That's
How do you feel about that as a gun owner now?
As a legal gun owner, man, I'm at that boat. Like my first thought, I was like, dude, I just got this thing. I just got it.
I just got this thing.
Yeah.
I just got this clack clack burner.
I just got it. I just got the lockbox for it. Like, I just finally like
What?
I've yet to shoot it. You and I have yet to go shooting. So I'm like,
I
shit,
know.
man. Let me at least put like 1,000 rounds through it before
What, they make you give it back? You do not comply.
No.
You do not comply. Second Amendment, bro.
Yeah. Especially the amount of money I spent on that thing.
No shit. I got lots of them.
No, I've seen it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I have a hefty investment in firearms.
Yeah. So.
But you know what? Like, I love them and they're good. This is why we have them.
Yeah.
This is why I protect our families and protect country if need be.
Yeah.
Like it is.
There's nothing wrong with the recreational aspect of
Listen, nothing good has ever happened for anybody that they took their guns away first.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing good. Not one country where they took the people's arms away. Nothing good has ever happened to
Did I
those
ever
people.
tell you that
Give me an
story?
example.
Did I ever tell you that story about that 16-year-old girl, that champion shooter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's cool.
Yeah.
But like literally, like I always say, they're like, well, Australia doesn't have guns. Well, they're in a whole shitstorm right now, so don't tell me that. Well, Germany, they took them. Yeah, Mao took them, killed all those fucking Chinese, right? Yep, dude, they take your guns when they want to do something that they don't want you to have guns for.
Yeah.
Simple as. Do you see that post I posted the other day
Which one?
about gun control?
No, the one I saw recently was the one about lawn darts.
Oh, that was a good one. You like that
was
one?
a good one.
Yep. I
And
got
the-
some funny
the
shit,
first
guys.
thing-
Make
the
sure you
first thing
follow
that
us on IG. I post some
Yeah,
funny
the first
shit.
thing I thought about with like the lawn darts, I'm like, how did no one ever like look at like this game and be like, you know what? It's a barbecue. Let's drink like 1,000 beers and throw darts at each other.
Exactly.
Like this has no potential to end badly.
I'm trying to find this here. Oh. Well, all right. So basically, what it was it said, "Do you want to stop driving? Make all the silver drivers stop driving. This way, the drunk drivers can't kill them." Yeah, that's how gun control works too.
Yeah, someone else sent that to me.
You know, like, I mean, that's it. It sums it up like in the easiest nutshell, because everybody, like, you're going to try to take the guns and put all these restrictions on the people who obey by the law, but the criminals don't obey by the law. So it doesn't even make sense what you're doing. Oh, it makes it harder for criminals. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious, Obama gave everybody guns over the border. And you're all worried about it? He's giving people guns, like stealing them and giving them away. So, you know, like, this is one thing that you have to stand your ground on that one. Yeah. When they start coming after him, I mean, they already came. What did I tell you? They went after free speech right away. Second's not far behind. Did you find it?
Yeah. So cool. All right, folks. On that note,
America, Second Amendment, Cletus, let's do this.
be on the lookout. New Roll Junkie Cypher Gate. We both had ours on today.
Oh,
so.
they're very nice. I thought you were gonna say be on the lookout for tyranny near you.
yeah. Tyranny near you. Coming to a town near you. Yeah.
It has.
Yeah. Oh man.
I know. Me and Drew are under comedy rule right now in New Jersey.
This is now the Red Dawn podcast.
Yeah, we're in a closet.
Just watch
Not one of those gay closets coming out. It's okay.
Watch the movie
It's
Red
okay
Dawn
if you are
for
though.
instructions.
Yeah. Cypher Geek, dope as shit.
Yep. The new Rash Garden shorts.
Oh, I got you that 3/4 sleeve.
3/4 sleeve. That's
Did you
it, man.
you got the digital camo, the black?
Beautiful.
Oh, so dope. The gray shorts. How awesome are they?
Yes.
Beautiful, like that slate gray.
Never disappointed.
my color.
Never disappointed, man.
No.
Any of the Roll Junkie stuff,
Yep.
man.
Look, I got the new hoodie today.
the hoodie on?
Yeah. Look.
Like I said,
have
I was-
friends that
I was
actually like me
gonna-
and get me things. It's cool.
was gonna
right?
wear my hoodie today, but then my 3-month-old puked on it yesterday.
Well,
So
whatever. That's what you get for not getting me a hoodie. We're on the same page.
it's karma.
Me and my homegirl.
What are you gonna do, guys?
It is karma. That
All
is
right,
true.
folks, so check us out on Instagram, YouTube.
Oh, Drew's been on his
Buzzsprout,
YouTube game,
Deezer,
bro.
Stitcher, all that. So we upload some new
Castbox.
content. Castbox,
Buzzsprout. Podbean. We're
all
on
the
it all.
platforms. So check us out, guys. Leave a comment, and let us know what you think, folks.
Yeah. Let us know what you think, please.
All right, folks.
Like, subscribe, share.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu, when I hit you, then I split you.